I believe we're live. So, hello. Welcome to week 2 SPF podcast. I am once again Dylan, and this is once again Carter. Hello, Carter.
Hello, how are you doing, Dylan?
I'm doing fantastic. Ready to get into some of these week 1 matches on the Day of Love. I'm going to cut the banter and get right into the screen sharing.
Get her up.
Get her up. So here we go. So we're gonna start with the one that started it. Oh, except for it's not letting me see my own stream. I, of course, immediately experienced. Show my screen share. Yes. God damn it.
I can see your screen if that's helpful.
Wow, that's good. Let's see if this. Yeah, the stream's saying your stream is still running. We pause the preview to save your resources. How do you stop doing that on Discord? Whoops.
You can do like a. You can usually do a.
I'm sure there's a setting. All right.
Yeah. You just hit if you just hit play on it, it usually just goes.
That's what I thought. Great start to the podcast. I have an easier way of going about this. I'm just going to add a screen share of the other side, and our faces will be off it for a second. So how'd you? Were you excited about week 1? Did
I thought week one. I mean, I had a heartbreaking loss, but it was a fun week one. A lot of upsets. I thought.
yeah?
Um, not the
Not
ones I thought would happen,
yeah.
but
Not unfortunately not in this game, which we're live with and we're gonna watch. So this is my game against Casey. So I was way too afraid of Will-O-Wisp from Typhlosion. That I thought was going to be his main way of getting through my treads, which otherwise kind of beat on his team. I suspected that this Gotharita here would do stuff with Trick Room, but I had Covert Cloak Swanna with Tailwind to try and see if I could beat up on it first. I didn't think he was going to lead with it, hence the Chestnut instead of something that could actually kill this. But I had Flip Turn to get out and stuff. So you'll see that I had to adjust a little bit here. He brings in this Articuno. This Articuno is really the part that got me. Um, this is a Terra Ground Articuno, you see, and it's really slow because he's gonna set up Trick Room here. Of all the things I thought he could possibly do with his Trick Room setup, this wasn't really it. So I flip turn into the tread because I think I'm going to be able to start doing some work here. I'm helping handing a rock slide, and then this happens, and now I'm on the back foot, uh,
you
and
get got.
I got super got. Um, yeah, that Terra Blast enough to kill me, so I'm not able to get off the helping hand. So
Casey
this
loves this surprise trick room. That's one of his favorite draft strats.
Yeah, and this Mismagius was Terra Fairy. I saw that he had a pretty solid weakness to Terra Fairy Mismagius if I could get it in a Tailwind, and obviously that didn't end up happening. Um, so yeah, game one he just kind of beats me down with this Articuno, and then the scarf. Typhlosion comes in. The fact that he's faster than my Mismagius, I know it's going to be Scarf for game 2, but it doesn't really help me
Mhm.
because. So here it comes out. Here it comes out in the lead. Now Casey told me in his prep that he was most afraid of Tread's Moltres. That was the set he most prepared for. And while it probably would have been good into this specific lead, again I was just, like I tear a fire here because I assume Wisp is coming, but I'm very wrong. It's this eruption which does an insane amount of damage, even though I resist it. Um, and the rock slide is not enough. Um, I don't think based on that damage, I don't even think the earthquake would have killed. The reason I rock slided is because I was worried about a possible Terra Fly.
I,
Uh,
I I love the wide guard with your own earthquake though. It's pretty fun.
yeah, it is fun. It also helps against Heat Wave, which was something else I was worried about that didn't end up coming into play.
And
Um,
eruption. Yeah.
yeah, the rock tomb on the Scream Tail was also uh, pretty ingenious by Casey, if I do say so myself. It put me under some key speed tiers, especially with this Typhlosion.
Yeah, he's got two forms of speed control with the Scream Tail. Uh, really just dictating
Hmm.
the match. You know, it's not going to kill you, but it's his partner will.
Yeah,
So,
and this thing's just so bulky, so it's not even worth it to usually try and beat it down. You
oh,
just want to like make it the last guy standing, and even then he's got Encore to mess you up if you try anything too untoward. So yeah, so I get bounced by Casey round one. I think everyone saw that outcome coming.
it's good. Just good prep in case he definitely took you seriously. He doesn't let up for anyone. I think that's one of Casey's best traits.
Yeah, and you know in game two I probably should have tried to run the Swanna thing back because it actually like kind of it kind of worked for what it was. But it's week one. I want to try out different stuff, see how some of my guys work, and get them reps in real games, as they say.
Yeah.
So what I learned is that treads is strong, but I really gotta I can't be on the back foot with this kind of team the way I'm setting it up. Anyway, we've got Once a Pep versus Jackson's Jacked Sons. Looking at this, you've got the Articuno here, the Hitmonchan, Lightning Rod. I have seen this one. The Sandaconda goes nuts if I recall. Um,
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty indicative. You see Jackson's bringing all his tier twos, all his tier threes. We kind
mhm.
of talked about some of the concerns in his tier four pool, and we're kind of seeing that.
Yeah,
And then we're seeing Once a Pep with that Stantler, dude. That
there
Stantler's
it
no
is.
joke. We'll see if he comes up big in this game.
All right. So we've got a Raichu Articuno lead. Yeah, just helps protect the Articuno with the Lightning Rod while it does whatever. You've got the Regigigas. Um, no slow start, so you nuzzle him to try and knock it down. The explosion comes out, which is freaking wild. So the slow start comes back on, but he has faith that the Regigigas can live, which I believe it does. So the Electro Web just Eric's trying to slowly cripple this team, but there's a lot of bulk coming out. It's a very interesting start. But this Terra Ghost just is just setting off the
Here,
blasts.
pause that real quick though.
Okay.
I think it's a very interesting strategy. So giving Jackson full faith and credit, I think often what will happen is Wheezing will get double targeted, potentially with like a feint, things like that. And feint is something I believe Raichu learns. Hit up and then taken down pretty low. If you live on 12% and then you blow the fuck up, you're going to deal a bunch of damage, right?
Hmm.
And then you can bring that Rabska in to Revival Blessing, bring it back, and then kind of clean up later with the Gigas.
Yeah, but
However, he does opt for the light screen, and I think that is really that would not have been my go-to move there. Let's put it that way.
yeah, that's fair. I guess I guess I guess he's just determined at this point to wait out the slow start, and he just wants to keep that Gigas alive, uh, with whatever possible. Um, Knockoff does very little. Um, yeah, he protects through it. The Rabska dies here. Yep. And then who's his last guy? Ditto, Heracross. Ooh, tough into a psychic guy. Oh, he's in dark right now. Nice. That was a good turn. Just keeps going. Just keeps
You
going.
see these
Guts
guts
activates.
across doing some stuff.
And then here comes in that Sandaconda, which like you just look at this matchup and it's like, wait, how did they actually kill this thing? It's a one or it's not a 1v2. We still have a Hitmonchan here. Um,
Big crit.
but the Gigas is no longer slow started, kills the Hitmonchan, and then it's the 1v2, and that close combat does nothing. Gets the sand up, so now Heracross is taking even more chip. Yeah, there's no way he survives after that body press. You're slowed and now you have to recharge, so you can attack next turn. He was just really hoping he could power through, but this is a full physical defense Sandaconda.
And it's crazy because usually you'd see rest and like shed skin. I think it learned shed skin.
Yeah,
And that's what I was kind of expecting. The sand spit really comes out of nowhere, just trying to get
yeah,
more incidental damage.
yeah.
Uh, yeah,
Well,
interesting.
yeah.
Interesting set.
Well, I think I think what I like about Sandspit is that it allows you to go full defense, but still get that. Wait, no, he doesn't get the spit F boost. That's rock types, isn't it? Never mind.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah,
listen to me.
yeah.
So that was game one. Game two starts off very similar. It starts off with the exact same leads. The Regigigas Wheezing combo. So now Eric's thinking about the explosion. You faint
See,
high.
and you see the fate right there,
Yeah.
right there.
Destiny Bond Freezing Glare. That's also wild. This Wheezing's full of tricks.
And Destiny Bond with a Rabsca is really interesting.
Yeah, because you can
I
get the
don't
two for one kind of.
I don't know how I feel about the Ditto coming out here, to be honest. But
Yeah, you would have thought the Rabsca would come back in. Oh, because the Rabsca's
oh, yeah,
not
the
here.
Rabsca's not there.
He didn't bring
But
it.
good switch. Cloister obviously. Oh,
Dig
that
impact
is
miss. I mean, they had reflect up, so I don't even know if that would kill with slow start on.
yeah.
Oh,
Here,
uh,
Dylan, you should probably try not to click on the guys as they do it because
oh,
you're
sorry.
putting you're
Sorry.
putting up
I was thinking of
windows.
stuff. You're right. Sorry.
um, but yeah, no, I think slow starts coming
Ditto comes
and
back out. He's the Hitmonchan.
but with
Yeah,
Cloister down, I don't know how you break Sandaconda here.
yeah. I mean, it was Terra Water even with Cloister. I
Yeah,
don't know how you were beating it down.
yeah, I just oh my god, 7%.
Yeah, that's
Giga
nothing.
Impact 7%.
Yeah,
Wow.
two iron defenses and a reflect. That it just didn't have an answer for it. I don't think there. I don't even if the Ditto copied that exact Sandaconda. I don't know if once it Terra Waters if he has any way of punching through it on
Yeah.
the 6 he brought. So just clean win by once a pep goes to 1-0.
Yeah.
Uh,
I don't think he was ready for the Terra Water Sandaconda. I think that set and I think we saw a lot of iron defense this week and maybe
yeah.
it's interesting.
All right. Next game we've got Karate versus Megan. Uh, absolute absolute barn burner here. We've got the Cinderace into the Scizor, just
And here,
forces an
you
immediate switch.
give a pause real quick.
Yeah.
This was the highlighted match I did last week,
Yes.
and we talked about how important Cinderace is here,
Hmm.
and we see I think pretty similar teams to what I had predicted for Karate, and then
And for Megan.
I think the exact ones I predicted for Megan actually. Funny. Um,
Yeah, you did call that
so
weird ear.
yeah, the weirder is coming for sure.
Yeah.
And Scraggy got the call, so I think that is the exact six. And interesting thing here in Cinderace, turn one, protecting becomes normal, loses fire stab. This isn't terrastalized, you know.
Right. Yeah.
This is you pick your stab. So here, just if you want to hit it, start.
Yeah. Into a fighting type here.
Yeah, gets a tailwind up though.
Yeah, the Vivillon isn't targeted. Gets a
I
sleep harder. That's a
love this
Yep.
switch.
And now you've paralyzed the Ursaring, so his guts is activated.
Or potentially quick feed. I don't know what it's running actually. Could be
That's
both.
fair.
Could be either. And I mean, yeah, he gut's active too. So Paul Puff, you see Pavilion staying out here for a while. Would have liked to see Pavilion switch out just to maintain momentum. You got one more turn of Tailwind, just get an attack in. And a pretty fast wake up from the Toxapex.
Yeah.
Chilling Water is brutal.
The
Oh,
paralyzed there was pretty big. Probably would have done some serious damage to that. And then the Electro Web kills Vivillon from full. Vikavold's
yeah.
special attack is not to be messed with. And even was that thing's Eviolite was still on, wasn't it? That's a lot of damage. Bug Buzz should. Oh, it's not a spread move, right?
Opposite.
Uh, yeah. Okay.
Big damage.
That's
That's
got.
-5 attack.
It's got to be guts as a result of
Terra
that.
Normal, that's guts 100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're
Protects from the
seeing,
bullet punch. That was smart. The earthquake doesn't not going to do that much though.
yeah. And this
This
is a tough one because your Cinderace is back. It's not super strong.
Yeah,
But you need it out here.
yeah. You really want to deal. You want to get rid of this Toxapex so that Cinderace can come in and just clean up. Ooh, the bug bite kills the weird ear. That's tough.
Yeah, you need that.
Because yeah,
And this is the yeah.
it needed to get a psych attack off on that the Toxapex. The double protect, flamethrower comes out. Um,
Interesting. It's special. I don't remember.
and then yeah, the Libero goes into a protect again, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, it loses its stab. Terra Water Caesar, great choice to
Yeah,
combat the race.
that's smart. And then yeah, won't be enough to. The Earth Ring just wasn't able to get those hits in. Had it lost a couple turns to paralysis. Um, so good on. I guess good, I like. At first, I thought the paralyzing the Earth Ring was kind of lame because it would because you'd want it to have guts. But if it was holding Flame Orb, which maybe based on that Electro Web damage it was, then Karate actually probably helped by forcing Megan to lose a few turns.
Yeah, and just stat check. Cinderace, 65 special attack,
Hmm.
116 attack. So it's
Yeah.
sacrificing a lot here to go and use the special set.
Yeah. So similar opening. Protects the fake out. Tailwinds. Dies to Electrobe immediately.
Yeah. Oh,
So,
you're doing the
oh sorry. Uh, so Karate just really not wanting that Vivillon to live. Flamethrowers into the Palmot, which does get the nuzzle off. Ah, brutal.
and Palmot's doing
Palmot's doing a
so
lot of work.
much here.
Yeah,
I mean,
the encore essentially took out both of those leads.
both the leads, and here's the additional thing: is it's forcing with fake out to protect from Cinderace turn one in both games,
Mm.
removing the stab, putting you in a stab that it doesn't have an attack
Yeah.
for, right? And that's
I like the Terra
crazy.
Blessed Water. Like Terra Water on Scizor makes a lot of sense. The Terra Water on top of it is really
That's
funny.
great.
And the Quagsire's already out, so you know it can't switch in and water absorb. And then yeah, we see the same finish with the Toxapex and Scizor protecting each other.
Yeah, I mean, I think Pokemon's so interesting when you have a variety of rock, paper, scissors, and you're just trying to kill scissors or Caesar, like,
Yeah.
hey, you take those out, and suddenly it's just all they can give you is rock or paper, and you don't have anything to
Yeah,
stop them.
it's
So,
absolutely fair. So yeah, it looks like
yeah.
Karate picks up the 2-0, goes to 1-0. Congratulations. I have to play Megan this week, and that Cinderace is so fast. I'm nervous. But anyway, here we go
But
with.
you saw how Karate had dealt with it.
It's true.
Force it, force it. It can't get through Terras. I mean, that's the thing. Like
Mm,
it's if you Terra defensively into it, it's not doesn't have the physical output to get through those unless it already came packing the stab move. Like Cinderace really relies upon Protean's Protean stab super effective to kill things
yeah.
because it only has 116 attack. It's not actually that strong. So, anyways, yeah, Halle Berry and Phony Spade coming in.
Yes. So we've got the Magnezone, Slitherwing, Mimikyu, Houndoom, Wugtrio, Altaria against uh, just a lot of fast, interesting looking guys. So let's see how this goes. Um,
I think interesting looking guys is a great way to describe the motley crew that John has assembled here for this battle.
yeah. So we've
This is
got
good stuff.
we've got Slitherwing immediately Terra Stealing. The Windrider activates, but the Goblin's already attacked. Protects, leech lives from the Goblin, and decimates. It's like this thing has so much attack. Um, Minior comes in. Altaria switches out. Magnezone. Neither of these guys are ever getting through a Magnezone.
Yeah, this is just kind of brutal to watch. Like
Yeah.
Rabombi has good stab attacks, but like
Yeah.
could not ever touch a steel type
This
outside of Terrain.
that Minior could shell smash twice and probably not get through that Magna Zone if it's full full defense.
Yeah, I mean it's running Earthquake,
That's true. That's fair.
but yeah,
But
no,
Hallie
it's
switches
just
it. But Hallie foresees that and switches out to the Altaria. Um, yeah, and just keeps pounding away with that Slitherwing. The Hyper Voice with the Pixelate does finally take it down, but by now it's too late. Like,
I mean, and you're gonna see Wugtrio just fucking chunk this thing. Look at that,
yeah,
75% done. That's probably Sylveon. Great offensive power, but you need to support it either through Trick Room or Tailwind or get speed control with Icy Wind, Paralysis, or else it will just get
yeah,
chunked out before it can chunk you.
yeah. Sylveon is a little slow and a little frail. So we'll see if Phony Spade rebounds on game two. Just immediately throws out the Wug Trio after how well it did last time. The Tailwind goes up again with the same lead from John. Immediately dies to Wug Trio. That crit in the middle, I don't think would have made a difference. I think it was dead either way.
Yeah, Wugtrio just destroyed that thing. Holy crap.
Yeah, it must be banded.
I think it has to be.
Yeah, gets the Shell Smash up earlier in a much more favorable position this time. Except the Wug Trio just kills it.
Is it? Is it favorable?
I say
You got you got three blue heads looking down at you, buddy. That ain't favorable.
that's pretty. It's pretty true. And then
Look at that.
it just takes down the Primate, which probably has Eviolite. Oof. And then another big power attacker
Yeah,
just
and you know
comes
the
in.
first impression coming in 25%. It's resisted. I don't care.
Yeah, he already has the booster energy, and yeah,
Better protect, bud.
good night.
Nope.
And that was an effortless victory from Hallie. Well done.
And here, and I think this is a. I think first off, major grats to Hallie. I think I picked against. I think you picked against her too.
No, I, I I
Um,
I picked. This is one of the ones we picked against
oh
each
you
other on.
oh you did. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So you were wiser than I, but Hallie, rookie performance here, just or not maybe not rookie, but definitely less experienced performance coming in strong. Um, and what's backing that up? You're seeing the utilization of just Pokemon with really, really good types. You see, a Terra Steel Slitherwing, okay? Steel, best defensive type, maybe only in conjunction with Fairy is like really its
Yeah.
competitive thing. You see it's attacking with fighting types a lot. Spamming, it has fighting types, it has steel types, also good offensively. You have Magnezone with Thunderbolt, and you have Water, which is pretty good offensive type as well. Meanwhile, you know, part of John's struggle in this is that he doesn't really have a way outside Primate to get through steel types.
Mm-hmm.
And, Shiftry's cool, but Dark and Grass is just not, it doesn't really line up well in terms of stab and getting super effective hits on things.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was really the thing. It was like Hallie's bringing these well-known, like very strong individual Pokemon with good types, and John's stuff just wasn't really lining up. So I think it's an important lesson to remember that you need to have cohesion can really matter
Yeah.
a lot.
And I did like how Hallie switched around in that first game to try and keep some of her guys alive while John tried to sort of grind her out with Tailwind. So yeah,
Yeah,
very heads up performance, dominant performance. Well done.
well done, Hallie.
Next we have Master Koga versus Star Haven's Hero. My Michael has so many of my favorites here. I love.
I know he's just winning team preview right now,
I
man.
know
Wow,
Chandelure, Orthworm, the
look at
Alolan
Earthworm
version.
staring at us.
Yeah, the turnaround. Um, and I look at Starhaven's hero and I say, how do you do damage? You've got Weavile and then you've got 5 supports. So
Yeah,
let's
and
see how.
that's been a problem we highlighted last week. Yeah, and I mean Weavile's great, and that's
Yeah,
1/4 of every team you're going to bring. But
yeah.
I hope.
Michael has a great lead here with the Bruxish into Tentacruel. Gets the flinch off.
Oh, but Covert Cloak, right? Or no, sorry.
No.
Never mind. Sorry. Wrong trick rumor. Bruxus doing the trick room. I love Bruxus trick room. Gives itself
Yep.
its own protection. Super cool.
Yep. The struggle bug comes out. Um, just trying to get screens, trying to get through the trick room. Sends out the Weavile to get parting shot. Oh no, faked out to get faked out. And then the heavy slam just takes it out, and then that's it. You can't kill this Orthworm now.
Yeah, I don't care about my attack stat.
Yeah.
This house only recognizes defense stats. All right, in
Yeah.
this house.
Quiver dance on the Masquerain. That's kind of neat.
If you give me a quick pause,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think it's really interesting. We've seen a lot of boosting and
Mm.
boosting moves and setup. And I think that is part of this. We're talking about overall low tier heroes and like our thoughts. These Pokemon are a little bit like pool noodles hitting each other,
It's
like,
true.
um, and if you take a turn to turn that pool noodle into a fucking great sword, with a nice little swords dance or an iron defense, then you can just cleave through the other person, and they don't have enough offensive presence to punish you for it. So I think we're seeing setup. I wonder if that's going to be a thing, going throughout the season, as we see two Pokemon on the field right now with setup.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. Because if there's less immediate OHKOing, especially when you're setting up these screens, then you can end up in a position where setting up might work a little bit better
Mm-hmm.
when you're not going to get punished by immediate death all the time.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so Bruxish comes in. Um, Terra steals, makes it very tough to get through. Also makes the discharge not kill him.
Yeah, and it's an interesting thing here. I actually really like the Masquerain. I
Mm.
think it's cool, intimidate, struggle bug. But the problem is that it's the one setting up, but it's also the one that's trying to slow them down. And what you really want in like a team structure is to have your setup on one side and your kind of support on the other, because they filling both those roles simultaneously don't really come together. And I think, if you had that Masquerain spamming struggle bug with intimidate and something else setting up on the side like a Calm Mind Comfey or something, I think we
Yeah,
may could have seen a different match.
or rock polish Regis
Yes,
or
perfect.
whatever. And then so game one goes to Master Koga. So this time we have the Comfey Regis. Koga sends out the same lead.
Ooh, and just
Dazzling,
brutal.
just can't Giga Drain. Uh, and fakes out the Regis. So yeah,
Yeah.
just
Oh,
get.
just a double.
Whoa, that was wild.
That was a crazy term.
Yeah, the Terra Electric Thunderbolt just to crush him.
And yeah, that's the problem with Bastion, right? You just saw it. It just does not have bulk.
And then yeah, so here comes the Weavile in Trick Room again. Gets parting shotted. The protect on the crook from the double attack was nice, and then you send in Persian to take that hit. Mm, why did he floral healing there?
I think you maybe expected. I I think Starhaven is maybe not in
It
fully
was the Trick Room.
contextualizing the well. I mean, he's going at priority with triage either way. I think he's maybe not taking that into account when he's
Ah,
selecting.
you're right. And then
That's
yeah,
what my
the
only
Crocodile
thought.
gets the high horsepower off, and then
I mean, Weavile has a shot right here
yeah, it's true.
because
Let's see what he does if he attacks. If he goes into the crook, which he does, unfortunately, eats the protect, gets parting
yeah,
shot at again, and now you can't switch out, so that's permanent. And the yeah, you expect
gotta kill the crook here, and
doesn't,
he does go for it. Oh, the one and done. That sucks.
and that's
Too
that.
bad. Yeah.
Tough. That Crocodile evaded death many times.
Yeah,
Um,
I love the
it came in.
LaCroix themed names, by the way, from Master Koga.
Hell yeah, buddy. Um, Next we have BMM versus Brantley. Uh, did we preview this one too? I don't think we did.
No, I talked about Brantley being really cool
Oh,
in this team building. I think, and I love the Tropius. One of my favorite underrated mons. Love him in random battles.
yeah. And then you've got it alongside this Rampardos with its huge attack, just earthquaking off the rip here. With the reflect up, I don't know. He's got like doesn't he have like 150 attack? Maybe this kills this Delphox.
I
Let's
think it
see.
might be 160.
No, with the spread, it wasn't quite enough. He does
Yeah.
get the trick room up. The foul play not enough to kill, which is whack. Oh, expanding force, nice. So nice and
Well,
slow.
yeah, it's
Delphox.
165 attack.
Oh my god. Doesn't die to the hurricane, even without even wow.
See the tailwind, you're seeing a utilization of teams that don't look like tailwind teams, but all that matters is
Yeah,
that you're just a little bit slower, and suddenly, you dictate that,
yeah,
Super interesting.
yeah. And all of those tailwind teams lost to trick room teams.
Yeah.
Yeah, without those strong guys, it's hard to kill those trick room setters. The Terra Psychic
And
was
that's just a brutal.
the Terra Psychic was pretty clutch. This Droudon's just been getting free damage off this whole time.
And I love the harvest hits here.
Yeah,
Pure skill, bro. Sorry about it.
but unfortunately, like this is a tough matchup with your prankster guy and your bird here.
And here, give me a
That
pause.
also has expanding force.
Give me a pause real quick. Go back one.
All right,
I
oops,
think
I went
this.
back all of them.
Oh God. Uh,
This turn.
back.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh no, back one more. Yeah. All right. So hit play, and then let me get to the next
yeah.
turn. Because I think this next turn, I think, is the turning point. Because we're right here.
Yeah, the leech. Yeah, gets the
Tailwind
tailwind
goes
up.
up,
Leech seed kills the Duraludon. So
and
now final
yeah,
two versus final two.
and I don't know what. Give me a pause here. Yeah. So Blaziken uses detect here. And
Mm,
I'm not sure why. I understand why, because you want to get your speed boost. You already have Tailwind, though. Speed doesn't matter. Um, what you need to do here is figure out a way to kill this. Like, I think you just need to try to kill this Braviary.
I think he thinks he's
Um,
getting faked out.
but that doesn't matter because he has Psychic Terrain. He's
Oh,
completely immune to Sableye. And I think this was maybe a miscalculation
mm,
because I don't know why you would protect here when you could just be attacking into Braviary, and because you need to kill this Braviary. If this Braviary goes down, I think you win if you have another Pokemon up. So yeah,
yeah,
let's let it rip.
yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, if it gets fake out on the Tropius, which because it's flying, you're right. And then the expanding force obviously
Kills Atropius, and I
kills the
think
Tropius.
next turn
Yeah, you
we
can't beat them both.
see a
Oh,
knockoff and
gets
a
the
crit.
crit.
So if you just give me a pause. Like let's cycle back. Let's say that exact same thing happens, whether he needed a crit or not.
Yeah.
You kill the Braviary here, you don't lose your Tropius. Suddenly it's a 2v1 in the Sableye, and I think you win that every day of the time. You just
So yeah, you're
Sableye.
saying you do the same thing. You do the knockoff on this turn.
Yeah, the turn before. Yeah.
Yeah,
And I think maybe Brantley wins, and that's a pivotal moment there.
that's true. So yeah, so BMM takes game one. Wow, dang, that Brave Bird did a lot. Uh, all right, so then yeah, game two starts. Uh, Leads with the Braviary this time, but now you've got the opposing prankster. Last time he led the Rampardos Tropius. Flinches, so you can't set up Esper Wings, but the
Super cool move.
yeah
Super cool move.
gets the paralyze early, so it's looking better this time around. You get the shell smash off, and then you get foul played down to.
That's yeah. The
Whew,
the offensive presence of the Sableye is actually what's been keeping Mark in these games.
the foul play does a lot of damage. It's crazy.
Two-hit
Uh,
KO, man.
yeah. Also,
Two-hit
the
KO.
the hydro pump miss was
That sucked, yeah.
pretty rough. Duraludon's back in, taking no damage. Sableye's recovering everything off. Um,
Ugh.
Electro Web misses, so Brand's getting a little unlucky this game, but I think the Sableye probably just recovered it off and it doesn't care that much about speed because it's Prankster.
Yeah, and Mark's just okay,
Waits out the light
waiting out
screen,
the
yeah.
light screen, make him a little slow. I'm up 4v3. You come to me, make something happen, and I don't think you can.
Yeah. Yeah, that Thunderbolt wasn't even enough to kill without the light screen up. So that's pretty tough. Lives the Flare Blitz. Yes.
I think this must be full defense Sableye based on how it's taking hits.
Yeah, with the Rocky helmet, it seems like it was his primary Blaziken answer. I mean, other than the Braviary, but the Braviary is paralyzed. So yeah, Terror Grass, that'll about do it. None of the electric moves are gonna really work on it. Fortunate Paralysis lets you kill that off, but it's too late. BMM picks up the W.
Yeah, and I mean I think two turns here. You miss that Hydro Pump game two, Sableye goes down, and suddenly that game looks completely different. You have Blastoise up, probably gonna take another Pokemon down with it if it takes out that Sableye that
Yeah,
turn. Suddenly you're looking at Brantley up 3v2 probably. Game one, I think Brantley could have done maybe was one thing different there and just won that game as well. So
yeah. It
yeah,
just goes to
really
show how
close.
how games can shift on the smallest thing.
Yep, yep.
All right, now we have
Oh God,
now we
my
have your game.
trauma.
He's got yeah.
God,
I love the Shroodlebring. Look at him.
Drill's great, dude.
The sticker is
I should have brought an
covering.
attacking move on it, but what are you gonna do?
All right. Yeah, you've got some.
And here, give me a pause. I can just tell you what the
Let's go.
so as I talked about, I was terrified of Kilowattrel. This Pokemon just outspeeds my entire team. So this
Hmm.
is a Choice Scarf Greninja,
Hmm.
um, and with enough specs to in an attack to kill a Virizion with U-turn, and then I believe Ice Beam, Icy Wind, and then a Water Shuriken. So and yeah,
Nice.
let it rip.
Okay. By the way,
But
I get
I was not clocking the Skarmory at all. This took
By the way,
me.
it's
I
possible
was
that
not
none of
prepped.
this is getting through. I've gotten a lot of dropped frame detections, so we'll see.
Okay. I got a very
You get
lucky
Yeah. Walk us through it.
ice spinner there. Really just turned the game. And I think after this comes in, it's just kind of game over once I get that freeze. I think I could have won without the freeze just based on leads, but it would have been a lot tougher.
Yeah.
Um, and I didn't know it at the time, but getting this Skarmory dead is going to be my number one priority. Gligar does not care about you. I noticed me and Chao still outspeeding Luxray even after Tailwind, which is great to know. Gligar, a little stinker, just a tear in this matchup, I think. Like, does not really have any good answers to it.
Yeah. This is like
And I
his
said a
best
Core
answer
Drive
to it.
attack. I actually expected a Core Booster Energy
Speed.
speed,
Yeah.
which is part of why I brought the Choice Scarf Greninja. And I think we're going to see a little stinker just, yeah.
He probably thought he
Yeah.
didn't need speed because he was gonna get Tailwind up.
But like, look at that. That's a Core Drive attack,
Yeah.
and it did like 30%,
That's very true.
40%. Insane.
So it's looking good for you here.
It is looking good for here. I got very lucky with the freeze. I think this
Hmm.
game would have been a lot different without that freeze.
So we go to game two here. Um,
Mhm.
you change your lead up a little bit. No Mienshao this time.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to just blow up the Skarmory turn one
Okay.
with a Meteor Beam. Unfortunately,
You just
this
got the.
happens. And I miss. And basically after this miss, this
Oh.
game is basically over because he
Tough.
like Glamora can't touch Skarmory now.
Yeah.
Gligar can't touch Skarmory, and I
Yeah.
don't have an effective way of killing Skarmory after it gets
I
defense
didn't
boost.
know Meteor Beam could miss.
It's 95% accurate, I believe.
Man,
So
that's brutal for a two-turn charge move.
yeah, yeah. And my Terra is used up in a Pokemon that doesn't matter anymore, who's now
Yeah.
also weak to Luxray. It's not the best.
It's a tough situation.
Yeah. But Gamora's picking up kills, but Body
Yeah.
Press is brutal,
Gotta get those stats.
and Ice Beam's gonna do like 40% to this
What if you'd ice beamed
Skarmory.
the Dragalge?
Dragalge's special defense is insane. I
You're
just
right.
knew I needed to kill the Skarmory. If I could kill the Skarmory, maybe, but
Fair
yeah,
enough.
game over. I think I might just forfeit here. Okay, I don't. Good job, Carter. Watch this. I think I do. I U-turn this. Iron leaves. All right, I finally get a meteor beam off. Does 34% at neutral. So if and it was at special, it was minus because it was on the ground from a roost. I'm pretty sure it would have just killed the Skarmory or gotten close to it if I'd actually hit that turn one. Um, but what are you gonna do? Yeah, 75% to the Iron Leaves from the Gligar. And yeah,
So all right. So yeah, and then he takes game two, and then here we go into game three. Let's see if you pull it out.
yeah, and I bring the Shroodle here in the back.
Yeah, this is the one.
And
Um,
I just try to blow up the Skarmory as soon as possible. That's like my entire plan here.
any tailwinds gets the
I don't
wild
care
charge
about
off. Doesn't
Tailwind. Yeah.
kill. Yeah.
So Gligar comes in, completely safe switch. I know he has to roost, but I know that means that close combat will kill, and I know I
Yes.
outspeed after Tailwind with Luxray. So
That was a smart play.
yeah, I'm fine trading me and Shot for Luxray here.
Yeah.
That's totally
So
fine.
here comes
Shrewd,
Shroodle.
big Shrewd comes out, dude.
So tell me tell me what Shroodle's supposed to do.
Uh,
I know he's got
it's
Prankster.
it's it's got Prankster, it's got Encore. I'm hoping he protects. I James really likes to overprotect, so that
Hmm.
was kind of the idea of just punishing from him for protecting. Has Parting Shot, Endeavor with Focus Sash. It actually has negative all defensive and HP IVs, like it's all 0, 0, 0, so it gets down to 1 HP more often.
Nice.
Fast speed, just trying to endeavor on people and just chunk out some of these big boys he's got.
Right.
What I should have done is just included like one actual attacking move. I shouldn't have had Parting Shot or whatever on.
You see Party Shot Dragalge head back into Gren.
Yeah.
Gligar takes decent damage from Draco Meteor, but lives.
Uh,
Here comes
uh,
Luxray to intimidate.
Crucial Terra Ghost here.
Nice, yeah. You don't get drain punched. Dual wing beat.
And
Rough
that's a
miss.
brutal miss there,
That
yeah.
is a brutal miss.
But I get
Nice.
knocked off here. I actually want this. This is great.
Yeah, that way you can
Um,
endeavor.
Endeavor him down. High horsepower
Question.
down.
So is Endeavor not a prankster move? It's an attack, isn't it?
No, he's just fast enough. Yeah.
Nice.
And here I
Yeah, if you'd had an
just
attack
have to.
move.
Yeah, I could have just doubled. I could have just taken care of this, but
So yeah,
sadly, no.
you lose by 1 HP. Tough.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
But yeah, it seems like you had some ideas. Uh, you executed it to set yourself up to win with just one turn going a wrong way, one miss not happening here or there. Stuff happens.
Yeah, and like the 3%, that may have been a roll in the ice one. I don't know.
Yeah.
And whatever. It's fine. It's game one. James is very good league winner. It was fun prep, and I got
Yep.
many more pranks in store for him when we meet in playoffs that I
Exci-
was keeping in the back pocket.
Exciting. All right, so here we have Coach Z420 versus Valdens, and right off the rip here, we've got an Impidimp on the field, which I love. And then you've got Superior Blaster with double Intimidate here.
Hmm.
So this Flygon possibly is in a sad spot unless it's special.
Yeah. And can you give me a pause here?
Of course.
Uh, as you can see here, uh, Tyler is all in on taking advantage of the fact that on its surface, Isaac has a lot of physical attackers. Um, so he's bringing double intimidate. Okay,
Hmm.
defensed up dudes. Golem, famously defensive. Clefable, probably spec defensively.
Hmm.
I think even Superior has high defense. And what you're going to see is Isaac exploit that. So if you want to hit
Let's
play,
see it. Let's see it. So
so he
Wisp to
goes for the burn.
yeah makes it even harder to for it to do anything.
Uh oh,
Unfortunately, Earth
inch.
Power,
But
not physical.
maybe not the best Earth power that Isaac's ever used in his life. But
I mean, fair. The Earth Power into the balloon was a bit of a bit of a smooth brain moment, but I liked where his head was at with the prep.
he's certainly showing dominance. I think.
Yeah. So he pops the balloon, dies for it. Tailwind's Tailwind's done. He's down 0-2, but his guys are no. He doesn't have a super reduced attack, so he's able to. Oh, also
Exploiting
wait, it was also
flamethrower.
Aurasphere. This is also special.
Yes, also special. Yeah, Kabalion. Same. I think it's 90/90.
Yeah,
Also can run special attack, and we're gonna see an absolutely brutal steel beam.
just destroys that Clefable, and then the flamethrower deals a lot. So yeah, you didn't have it. The idea was to cripple the offensive guys and then bring in Superior for the sweep, but you didn't. So Superior goes down. Coach Z comes back with the two big special attackers.
Yeah, kind of catfished him with physical attackers, and then brought the special attackers.
Yeah,
It's a really cool team building strat by Isaac.
yeah, that's good prep. So Superior just comes out immediately now. I'm assuming this is an explosion. Yep.
Big boomer.
Fakes out the wrong guy. Boom. Kills them both.
We love to see it.
Yeah.
The normal gem, Trestle. Good stuff. Good stuff.
You know.
Tailwind up, two down, 3-2.
Yeah.
What's Isaac going to do here? Okay. Cycles in. Thing.
Intimidates.
Also, yeah.
It's got
Importantly to see for Alligator,
clear
immune to
amulet.
intimidate.
Yeah, he put on the clear
Yeah.
amulet. Yeah. Isaac really didn't want intimidate to slow his roll, so he.
Big crit there. And suddenly it's Tyler on the back foot, even though with those tailwind up.
Yeah, that liquidation not killing is wild.
Yeah, that is wild. I mean, you're used to seeing life orb for Alligator. I think for Alligator's actual attack is not as maybe as impressive as you would expect.
I suppose. And close combat's not stab, I guess.
Look at that.
But then he
Just takes it.
just takes it down. This Cobalion, yeah, it tore through just Aurasphere.
Yeah, major upset. I don't think we either of us called that.
No, I don't think either of
Um,
us picked Isaac. But
big,
he
big upset. Big week one win.
just
Congrats to Isaac.
just out prepped him. Way to go. All right, so this was the breakdown. This is the game I broke down
Yeah.
in the preview. So this is MFS Giant and Ryo TF, and I said that it was gonna come down to whether or not if Riley played reactive that he wasn't gonna win, which when he has the faster weather setter can be a tough position. It can be tough. So we'll see if he does. So we've got Komoo and Fletchinder to just quick guard, which I love,
Super cool.
and then just
Super cool
and
tech.
then Aurasphere Blast. Yeah, that was really cool. That was a really cool turn one.
Como
So
showing its versatility. It can be special.
mhm.
It can be physical. It doesn't care.
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna pause here because one of the things I like, you see Riley did have the Abomasnow in the back, and he Hippowdon's here, so Sam knows that Riley is almost certainly not going to lead Abomasnow because Otherwise, it just loses to Hippowdon there coming
Hmm.
setting the sand. So he goes for this really aggressive opener with Como, knowing that there's not going to be an Aurora Veil to stop him on turn one.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, and you're seeing the use of special como likely. I mean, yeah, you see flamethrower and that ability to use that, and
Yeah.
I think it's a pretty clear choice to use the special como.
Yeah. Brings in the Hippo so he can't set up Aurora Veil. Riley sees that coming and
Double hit
blizzards. Yeah,
without any hail.
that's pretty raw. This Salazzle is faster than anything in the universe in this Tailwind. Um, Fakes out. I don't know why he didn't just kill the.
Well, it's actually the other team has the tailwind.
Oh, you're right. Was the
But
was the
I
core faster though?
I think so. I mean, I think we just saw that it was. I think, yeah, it was. Corp was like 86, like 65. I think
You're
it
right.
goes up Lazzle
Okay.
if it's spec.
Um.
Um, oh, brutal.
Yeah. Uh. Riley starts thinking about the next game and
Yeah,
goes down. Well,
Como doing some really big things here.
yeah, it's so strong. So yeah, Riley was dancing to Sam's tune, and he was able to pull out that win. So here comes Probopass, Salazzle, Embor,
Love it,
and
love it.
Corviknight stays
Great
in.
leads for Riley here. I think he's
Yeah,
at an advantage.
yeah. He sets up the Tailwind. Iron Heads. Wow,
Wow, crazy.
brutal. Corv lives. Wow,
That's a sucky burn to get though. Wow.
that's tough. Yeah. So Hitmontop comes in.
I don't love switching out the Hitmon. I don't really see what Hitmontop switching in here does, and I think you
The
just need to be battering this Probopass and Salazzle with Embor while you can.
yeah.
I think that's your win con
I thought the
to get
reason
so ahead.
I assumed the reason he brought it in was to fake out Salazzle, but the Salazzle had already killed his guy. So
Yeah, I
Terra
just
Ghost. This Probopass is now unkillable.
yeah, and you're seeing more iron defense. More setup.
Yeah. Wide guard on the Heat
Great wide
Wave.
guard.
Buys a turn. Oh, he's got knockoff. You can see him killing this Probopass with the knockoff. We'll see. Nope, not even close.
Does not care.
He didn't have an item, right? Yeah. Glaceon, no hail support, just dies. Yep. That was Sam picks up the win
Like
2-0.
so.
Pretty easy, pretty easy.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're seeing the problem with. I mean, Riley just doesn't have speed. And if you're not going
Yeah.
trick room, it's tough when every single time you're moving
Yeah.
after them.
That's very true. Yeah, Salazzle just faster than everything and hits everything super effectively. Tough. Tough, tough, tough. So here we have Raijo versus Rick the Snick. Uh, just a lot of bipeds here on both
Oh yeah.
sides.
Oh yeah. We stand on 2 feet in this household, dude.
That's true.
Goddamn.
Uh, so we've got Lucario, Haunter, Slowking, Magmortar, offense, defense. You know, you're it's interesting because because you don't know what this Lucario set is, you can't really tell who has the immediate advantage.
Yep.
And now you do.
Now you do, buddy.
That was so nasty.
Oh, what a turn one.
Yeah, the
I
levitate
think that's
Haunter.
choice band.
Yeah, it
Maybe
has
it's
to
not.
be.
Maybe no. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's just.
Actually, yeah, maybe I don't know. Terror ground. I mean, Lucario is strong. Terror ground. Um,
Wow.
yeah, that was pretty wild. And then here comes Noivern, who also can't get earthquaked. But
Yeah. I
dies to
love
Mach
it.
Punch, but Boom Burst. Whew!
Okay, boomer.
Just big spread move damage. Just absolutely bowled him over. Let's see. Joe looks to run it back immediately. Um, does the same thing. Drew
Does it?
Terras to
What
try and
happens?
protect, and
Jesus.
does so much.
I think he imprisons the Trick Room here. Yeah,
And he
just
imprisons the Trick Room, and then just gets him now. Doesn't even matter if this thing like oh, and the Sludge Wave, yeah,
maybe a Sludge Bomb next time. But yeah,
yeah.
wow.
And then the Boom Burst looks like it's just gonna kill again, huh?
Well, the saddest mock.
It's yeah, man, that Boom Burst is strong.
Dude, the combo here is
The
great. Look
template,
at
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Telepathy, Boom Burst,
Just
just smacking.
it's just all powerful spread moves. It's simple but effective.
I guess my
Wow.
prediction.
That,
Oh, Blizzard, come back. No, you don't
no.
got anything, bud.
It's crazy. Oh, Joe's in chat said it was choice banded. Yeah.
It was okay.
All right. Those were the week one matches. What did you think?
I love it, man. Great upsets, great team building. What was your favorite play or player of the week, you think?
Um, I'm a little biased, but my favorite play was Casey getting me with the Terra Ground Articuno.
Mm-hmm.
That was prep on a level that I was just absolutely not ready for.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
although I guess I would still hand Prep Master of the Week to Isaac for pulling out the special sets on Cobalion and uh, the other guy Flygon
Yeah.
to beat Tyler's Double Intimidate.
Yeah, I can't argue with that. I think last week I said Joe puts a lot of his team building energy, usually at least, into week one and then fucking lets it rock from there. But I'm hoping to see more stuff this week as well, because that was fucking awesome. Just really cool synergy, beat you over the head. Like, love it. Love it. How Pokemon's meant to be played.
Yeah. um. So yeah. So what were your biggest takeaways? What were your biggest takeaways from week one?
I think I alluded to it throughout it, but I think setup is not something I was really contemplating when I was building my team, and it's looking like it may be the thing to do. I think we saw legitimately maybe 4 to 5 Iron Defense used in these matches. We saw Quiver Dance. Um, there is potential to really sweep people with Iron Defense sets, with Sword Dance sets, with Quiver Dance sets, with Amnesia and stockpile S sets, think Calm Line, things like that. We'll see if that keeps up. If there's counterplay, people are more attuned and ready for it. But super cool to see that, and just hoping to see more fun ideas, people to keep the team building juices flowing.
Yeah. And with that in mind, let's look at some week two matchups. We'll do a deep dive on one matchup each, like we did last week.
Sure.
So let me start a screen sharing. Hopefully, it works better this time. Um,
Yeah, I'll start here.
so
Dallas Dunsparce versus Jackson.
yep, Chalice Sunspars versus Jackson's Jacked Suns. What do you like about this matchup?
This is an interesting one. I think there's right off the page, Jackson's all in on Regigigas, right? And someone who's pretty dang good into Regigigas is Conkeldurr. You can snipe it in with Mach Punch to, get over that speed.
Hmm.
You can Drain Punch, just kill this thing. You can go Trick Room, get underneath it. Um, Conkeldurr is really interesting into this Regigigas. What's I'm most interested in is how the other kind of players are going to be interacting, how those pieces are coming together. I think I see a clear Trick Room. I want to get Trick Room up from Quaint Newt, and Jackson's going to try to keep that off the board. Wouldn't be surprised to see an imprisoned Lampet come in to really ferret that out. Because I think if Trick Room doesn't go up, Jackson's at an advantage. I think Regigigas, Terra Normal, body slamming, things like that will just one shot a lot of Drew or a lot of Quaint Newt's team outside Golurk. So those are my general first impression thoughts. Yeah, what do you see?
Um, yeah. So you have to assume that that wheezing is going to be coming out, and I if I'm Jackson, I'm not going to be doing those sacrifice the wheezing strategies
No.
unless you're really planning on bringing the reps out because like actually if you yeah if you look at it, you're right. There's not that much that can threaten the wheezing outside of Golurk, which you can wisp. It's it's nice and slow for you. Wheezing's faster, and it won't even have Iron Fist while it's out there because of the neutralizing gas.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm. And it
so
will have guts either if you want to burn it.
yeah,
So
exactly. Um, so I like that. Um, I think where the question is that who's like going to be really leading the offense on Quaint Newt side? Like, is it going to be Conkelder? Because there's some, you got to worry about something like Heracross or Rabska. In that case, is it going to be Magmortar? Because then you have to worry about, Cloyster or Flashfire Lampent if that's something. So I'm curious how because we saw in week one that Jackson was willing to just kind of like get Regigigas behind some defenses and wait out a slow start. Now imagine you don't have to wait out that slow start, but you still have those screens and everything up. Then how are you going to punch through that?
yeah, I mean, it was fun to watch the explode wheezing. I don't. That strat's a bit like defending someone from trying to murder you by just killing yourself. Like that's like yeah, you
I
made
just
it
mean
so
that
they can't
Regigigas is
kill
super
you.
bulky, so
Yeah, yeah, no, I know, but just like I just don't see the explode wheezing coming out again this season. I don't
right.
expect that. I think that might have been a lark. Some yes,
Yeah.
dwarf weed or dwarf flower induced psychosis. But I think I mean another thing is Slowking Galar, if you get that bulky enough and defensively invested, which it can get, does match up pretty well against Weezing, can run, I believe it has flamethrower into Rapska and can, take a hit from Regigigas for sure. I think my predictions for each side, I'm gonna say Conkeldurr, Magmortar, Slowking. Not entirely sold on Magmortar, but I think it's still coming in. Clawitzer, and then Golurk is a for sure bring, and then maybe a Duskull, maybe a Cramorant. I don't love Beartick here. I don't. That just doesn't seem like it matches up super well. Um, and then Rapska, Regigigas, Squeezing, Heracross, Lampent, and Cloyster is who I'm gonna expect is gonna get the call.
All right. Well, we'll see how you do. So the next one I had was the Vancouver Villains versus the Michael's team, which was the Skill Issue Scun Tank. Um, so yeah, so here we have here's me previewing Sam again. Let me this is the now I'm now I feel weird that yes this is the right matchup. Sorry, I was worried that I was doing it wrong. So yeah, this is the matchup. We've got the Hippowdon Como team coming back against this Chandelure team. What's interesting to this matchup about for me is it's the speed tiers again, right? So you've got Salazzle is the fastest thing on this team, and you've got this Persian is the fastest thing on this team, although it's going to be faking out and whatnot. I bet um, that jump left tailwind is going to be on Michael's mind over the Bruxish Trick Room because that can run into actually, that's probably good in a Como. So that he's gonna need speed control in some way, or I think Salazzle just kind of beats up on him. Even if you try and make a good prediction with the Flashfire Chandelure, um, it has it just Salazzle and Como together just can sweep this team
Yeah.
pretty hard if Michael doesn't have a good turn one answer.
Yeah, I would expect a Terra Fairy to be used here in some form.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, and I think an interesting choice here is going to be does the combo come special or physical? Um,
Yeah.
I think the physical, what you're hitting into physically, looks better, but you've got a Crocodile with Intimidate, you've got a Chandelier with Will-O-Wisp. Littles, you could get neutered pretty easily, so it's going to
Hmm.
be a real interesting choice what comes out here.
Yeah.
And another idea, does Michael go Trick Room again?
That's yeah. That was what I was. Yeah, like because you've got the jump left Tailwind. You've got the Bruxish. I cannot say that Pokemon's name. Bruxish.
Bruxish. Yeah.
You've got Bruxish Trick Room. Both of which could be avenues to victory um, for Michael, but also Vancouver Villains with the like Probopass can set Trick Room too, so he could even maybe do that. Although because he's got some slower guys in the end here too, though I'm seeing it's a lot of his tier fours. I'm not sure. My hot take though is that I think Hippowdon doesn't come because like other than Chandelure, what are you actually hitting with it? The Ampharos maybe, but Orthworm has Earth Eater. Crocodile doesn't care about Hippowdon. Jumpluff doesn't care about Hippowdon. Bruxish just kind of kills it. Um, and like Muck, I guess, but you're not worried about Muck. So I think maybe Hippowdon doesn't come, and you instead have on the side of the Vancouver Villains Komo, Salazzle, Fletchinder again. Um, I think Mabostiff comes because
Yep.
it's got Intimidate. It it kills the Chandelure. It kills the Persian. It can play rough the Crocodile. It matches well into a lot of stuff here. And then probably last guy, maybe Luxio for another. No, Probopass, right? Never mind. Probopass for a Trick Room setup to kill Jumpluff, to kill Chandelure, uh, Probopass over Luxio. And then on Master Koga's side, I think Chandelure, Jumpluff, Crocodile, Bruxish, Orthworm, and I think it's just the twos and threes. Honestly, they
Yeah.
seem to match up pretty well. Persian,
No,
yeah,
they're
Persian
really
in the
they're
last
really
slot.
strong. I mean, I think there's an argument for Luminon into Michael's team just because it doesn't match up too terribly bad, and
Yeah,
uh, Storm Drain can do some stuff. You can.
yeah. What is it?
I'd love,
69
I'd love.
attack, 69 special attack.
Yeah, it's not the best, but that's maybe an idea. Or yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be an interesting matchup. It's great,
Yeah,
great pick. I'm excited to see what the team building comes out to.
yeah. I I think matchup wise, would I would give it to the favorable matchup to Vancouver Villains, but I think Master Koga has a trick up his sleeve, and I think if he can position it right because he's a smart cookie. So I'm gonna
Hmm.
pick Koga for this one.
I'm gonna pick Vancouver Villains. I think Como is real tough. I think Tomo's real tough to get through for the skill issues gun takes.
Fair enough. All right, we'll lightning round
Hmm.
the rest of the week 2 matchups. For the record, we were both 6-3 on our week 1 picks. Not because we picked the same things, we picked against each other a fair amount, but we got the same number of upsets
Hmm.
wrong.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, so we'll go into week 2, keep on keeping on with that, and we'll pick each other's games, but not pick our own games. So, your match against Tyler, I think
That's a
Tyler,
close one. I don't
yeah,
envy you picking this
Lydian's
one.
lucky lads. You know what? I'm gonna give it to my co-host.
Hey,
I think you've both got chips on your shoulders, but I think you are gonna have something for him.
I mean, here's the thing, of us, Tyler's the much more like story-wise protagonist to be down 0-2, I mean, come on.
I mean,
Like
fair.
that's all to Tyler's all about, rising up through the ranks. So I think just for story purposes, it'd be rude for me not to beat Tyler, I think, this week.
Exactly. He's gotta go 0-3 so that he can run the table and still make playoffs.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
king shit.
exactly. So we've got Rose City Roserades, James's team against the Karanja Whippers. Isaac's team coming hot off of an upset um, with his against Valden. So again, but runs into the James Juggernaut. What do you think about that?
Oh, this one's tough. This one's real tough. I mean, I want to pick Isaac because his team was so cool. I'm gonna pick James. I think James just comes prepared. I think this has a pretty good matchup. I don't. I think Iron Leaves is gonna do some things against this team, man.
Yeah, I'm also picking the Rose City Roserades, I but Isaac could do it. No,
Yeah,
so we've got the Leshy Lechonk, the Hale team against Average Resid's Gymnasium, the Weavile team, which kind of matches pretty well into the Hale team.
yeah, and I'm gonna pick Riley. I'm gonna let him. He's gonna bring Trick Room. He's gonna bring it back. It's gonna be great.
I'm picking Average Reggie's Gymnasium on this one. I think Weavile's gonna go nasty.
Does it
Uh,
change your opinion that Reggie's Amazing doesn't have a single fire type on it?
he could still waver for one.
Okay, okay, okay,
I am picking him. I believe.
okay,
The
okay.
Dallas. Also, I feel like that's one I can steal from you on the leaderboard.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Get your
Uh,
wins.
exactly. So we've got the Dallas Dunsparce versus Jackson Jacks. Oh, we just broke that one down.
But I don't think we actually picked
I
who's
don't think
gonna
we picked
win.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. So J Jackson Jack Sons. I'm gonna go with Quaint Newt here. I'm gonna go with the Dallas Dunsparce.
Okay. Uh, I. You know what? I'll pick Jackson. I
Hell
think.
yeah.
I think you can't keep a good man down. I don't think Jackson goes 0 2.
Okay. Okay.
All right, so we've got the Ballinlea Barbies versus the Once a Peps.
Very interesting. I think um definitely, I think MVP of the past week was Joe for me, Atlanta Barbies. However, Eric is he respects everyone. Sometimes he respects us all too much and outthinks us for him. But I think he's going to give the Bound Leia Barbies the exact right amount of respect, come in prepped, and get a W this week.
All right, I think Once a Peps also wins. So Vancouver Villains Skill Shikante, we just did that one. BC Beyond versus Wet Ash Blissies has already happened. Wet Ash
Yeah,
Blissies pulled off another upset, and we'll cover that in the week 2 recap next week. But yeah,
yeah. Shout out to Hal, just kicking ass.
yeah, Hallie 2-0 showing us that we don't know anything.
Yeah, I
Uh,
could never.
yeah, and then we've got Ride on D's Nuts versus the Lilac City Luckers, brother versus brother, uh, with Bran and John.
Uh, we aren't related.
Brothers, no,
uh,
not in blood, but in bond.
true enough. True enough. They've shared some things.
Yeah,
This is always one of my favorite matches. This is like the Steelers versus Ravens. It feels like
yeah.
real rough and tumble matchup. I'm gonna go. Brantley didn't get it home last week. I'm gonna go with right on D's nuts. I think he's gonna snap back 1-1.
Um, I agree. And then we've got the Zangoose Zinners uh, versus the Molten Feather Berserkers.
Ooh,
Double rock slide v karate.
that's a tough one. I think I'm gonna go with the safe one. I'm gonna go with Casey. I'm gonna go with Zangoose Zinners. I think the resume
Yeah,
speaks for itself.
yeah. I also agree. And then my game against Megan, the Poltergeist versus Muck. What do you think?
My prediction is you lose game one in shocking fashion. Like you're going to get blown the fuck out game one, and then you're going to pull it back and win 2-1.
um, okay. I I hope I pull it back. I've okay. And I guess that's it. That's week 2. We'll come back next week. I'll do the visual stuff a little. I'll tinker with it a bit more beforehand, so we don't end up with the first 5 minutes of me figuring out how to make the video work. Because it worked last time doing this, but it didn't this time for whatever reason. But hey, that's part of the process. Thanks for listening. Thanks for breaking this stuff down with me, Carter.
Yeah, thanks for setting us all up, Dylan. Pleasure as always. And we'll be hopefully earlier in the week next week. I had trial and stuff and
Oh
couldn't
yeah.
really invest time. But we should be. I'm hoping to do it on Tuesdays. I think might be the. I don't know about you, what your days are like, but Tuesdays would be cool, or maybe Sundays we can do too.
Yeah. We'll talk about it off stream and figure stuff out. But yeah. Um. Otherwise, like that's all I got. Hope y'all.
Happy drafting,
Yeah.
folks.
Yeah. Hope
Looking
y'all
forward
enjoyed
to
it.
that.
See you next week.